How's it going, everyone? Welcome to another Marvel Champions gameplay video. Today I'll be using a Wonder Man leadership deck and a Hercules aggression deck to take on the Enchantress scenario on expert difficulty. I am, for this scenario, using the All vs. 1 modular set, which came with the Hercules hero pack, so an exciting little addition there. There's very mild synergy with Enchantress because one of the minions that came in that modular set has the enthralled trait, so some of Enchantress's cards will interact with that potentially. These are the same two decks I used in my previous gameplay report video is what I called it. Thanks to everyone who gave me some feedback on that video, which is where I used a bunch of still camera photos and kind of narrated the game instead of showing the entire gameplay. Today I'm going to go back to the entire gameplay. However, I am going to try to cut out the shuffling and some of the thinking, so there will be a lot of cuts throughout the video. So of course, you don't necessarily know if I'm stacking the deck in my favor or not. That's a reason I've always preferred to show the entirety of the video, but hopefully this makes it a little bit shorter and a little more watchable, especially since this is a two-handed game and they can go a little bit long. Although hopefully playing on expert, not too difficult a mode will help it move along fairly quickly as well. But I'm not going to do detailed deck breakdowns because I did those already in that gameplay report video. Did make a very small change to Hercules, and you can see the deck lists in the description, but I did take out the Valkyrie ally and replaced it with Sunfire. I think I wanted to default to Avenger allies because I'm playing Earth's Mightiest Heroes, but I had no shortage of Avenger allies in play, and Sunfire is just a super powerful card, so such a unique effect that I wanted to get Sunfire back in there. So that is a small change I've made. Okay, I've already shuffled, so I am actually ready to draw my hands, and we'll talk about my decisions there. So controlling two hands, there's a few ways you can do it. I'm going to draw both hands at once. It's unlikely that it will really affect my mulligan decisions. And okay, let's see how the space looks. All right, so for Wonder Man, don't need to keep Sunspot because we've got no minions. Act of Altruism I would keep if we also had like a player side scheme. I'm not going to keep Turn the Tide or Yaw and Roll. Captain Marvel is actually kind of close, but Enchantress is steady, so the stun doesn't really matter too much. So I'm actually just going to keep Kalu, mulligan these 5. I'll just do Hercules first in case that would somehow affect something. I doubt it will, but let's see. So double resource into Spider-Girl I don't hate, just because it gives us a block. If we get the Hydra as our first labor, we can stun it. But yeah, these Wisdom of Athena's and Gift of Battle are hyper inefficient right now. Prince of Power is a development card that could be nice to play on turn 1, but it's just really not as good as some other things. So now I could possibly get rid of Spider-Girl as well. Like, she's not accelerating us towards our labors in any way. She's just a decent card overall. Yeah, I'm actually going to get rid of Spider-Girl. It does give me a place to guarantee using the double resource on. That's not the end of the world if that happens. Let's just keep Spider-Girl. I get an Avenger too in case I draw Earth's Mightiest Heroes. All right, so I'm going to keep those as my cards. Shuffled these before starting the video, of course. All right, and so now here I'm going to cut it to think and then cut back in to the gameplay. I won't say that every single time I do that, but that's the general pattern I'm going to try to do. Okay, so the first order of business is I definitely want to play Kalu, so let me just see what I get off of that to start things rolling. Oh, and a miss. Oh, okay, bailed out on the 5th card with a copy of Yaw and Roll. I'll shuffle in a minute because I don't need to draw yet. But then, yeah, I think this is just going to be... I obviously played Jet Belt. That's the most relevant thing I can play here. So I'll pay 2 resources for Jet Belt. And then probably play this Turn the Tide and Starstruck. So let's flip to hero form. Let's have Kalu attack Enchantress for 1, just because I'm going to be putting some more damage in, and that way we don't waste it on the tough. I'm actually going to interrupt here a little bit. No, I'll wait. I could just flip Hercules First Labor here. I don't think it would really change what Wonder Man does, but strategically I probably should have done that first just to get a little more information. So Kalu's going to attack the tough off of Enchantress. Wonder Man's going to thwart the main scheme for 2. Clearing that lets us play Turn the Tide. And now recently eroded, even though we're at full health, we're still allowed to tuck it. So Turn the Tide does 3 to Enchantress. And then Jet Belt to pay an energy for an event. We'll play Starstruck, deal damage to an enemy equal to your attack. So we've got 2 attacks, that'll be 2 damage. If we overpaid, we get to stun them, but we did not, so that's all we get. Not the best use of 2 ER, but didn't have anything else to do. Kind of an event-heavy hand. Can be awkward on the first turn of the game. Now with Hercules, let's see what we get for that labor. Whoops, I drew a gift first, so all right. Okay, Embody Pathos. So this is going to be the side scheme one. For this matchup, Enchantress's side schemes are, there's maybe 1 or 2 kind of tame ones, but easily the tamest is Wonder Man's Nemesis side scheme. So let's get this brother versus brother into play. We put an additional 6 threat on it and treat the 2 per player as only as if there were only 1 player. And now, unfortunately, I did mulligan my Wisdom of Athena's just because they're so insanely inefficient. Don't really have anything else to do there, so I'm going to start on it, but we won't be finishing it right away. So we'll flip. We will thwart for 3 with Assault, so getting to use our attack stat. Then we can play a 3-cut. Definitely want to play Thor, and then we can play a 2-cost ally. Would definitely play Throg if we had the Hydra. So I could play the Golden Mace, be slightly less efficient, but get a more relevant piece of the kit out. I think I am going to do that. I've found that we can get a little ally heavy sometimes because Hercules takes a lot of attacks, especially once we get the defending labor out. So we'll spend 3 here for Thor. And obviously prioritizing Thor so that we can play Ancient Rivalry when we draw that. I'm not going to keep any of these cards because I just want to get to my readies. So we'll pay 1 for Golden Mace and discard Skilled Strike end of turn. And I'm just going to save Thor. Oh, sorry, and I should have tucked Starstruck here. Just going to save Thor. That tough is very valuable. So that'll end the turn. This is a step where I might still cut it. We'll see how much it adds up over the video of readying and drawing. Got to keep in mind every time I cut the video, it's, about a minute's worth of editing additionally that I have to do to find where exactly to stop and start that. So, and I need to shuffle like I said. All right, so now I'll do this shuffling off camera. So like I was saying, we'll see by the end of the video if the readying and drawing eats up enough time that I want to cut that out too. Of course, I'm still experimenting with how I want to do these videos going forward. So we'll try things. Let me know your thoughts and keep getting better as I do it. All right, so step 1, we've got 2 threat on the main scheme. Note that we've got to amplify out here because of brother versus brother. Enchantress is going to attack Wonder Man. And I don't hate just taking an attack here to sustain some damage so that I can heal it off, but we've also got Energy Siphon, which is going to deal me some damage. So we've got Kalu. Let's just block with Kalu. Attack comes in for 2, plus a boost of 2. and Clue's taken out. After Enchantress attacks us, we get 1 charm counter. Same for Hercules. Hercules is very good at taking attacks. Let's take a peek at the hand because I've got Earth's Mightiest Heroes, which could exhaust Thor to ready me again, which would let me clear here. So I am inclined to not block with Thor. So let's just take it. Attack coming in for 2 plus a boost of 1 plus either get a charm counter or exhaust. So I definitely just want a charm counter here. So the attack comes in for 3 and then I'll get 2 charm counters. Because now if I exhaust I can't complete this right away. So alright, deal out the encounter cards. Cinder, when revealed, since we are defiant, Cinder activates against us. So this is a 4 damage, indirect damage attack. Not really a good option here other than to take it for 4. And Hercules gets Master Plan. Yikes. So that will put 4 threat on Brother versus Brother and stop us from completing that this turn. I mean, all things considered, it's not that bad of an encounter card, but quite annoying there. So we'll flip the turn over now to Hercules, and I will pause to do some thinking. Probably the last time I'm going to say that. I don't need to say that every time I cut, but here comes another cut. Okay, first thing here is I said the Amplify, but then I forgot about it. So Hercules ended up taking 1 attack to the face. So Hercules should have taken 1 damage. Kalu blocked the attack over here, and this doesn't have a boost, so just the 1 damage there that I missed. Okay, so what I want to do here, I'm going to leave Cinder alive. This was 1 decision point for me. Just the stuff I get to do in addition is enough there by saving those resources for now. And the other question is whether I end this turn with Hercules in hero form or alter ego form. So Deadwolf made a good point on my last video in the comments, which was pointing out how awkward it is to clear a labor on a turn that you started in alter ego form. So even though it denies me 2 cards in the short term, I think just the gameplay loop is going to be quite a bit better if I end this turn in hero form so that next turn when I clear this, I get the free flip down and then I can flip back to start using my cards right away. I'm not 100% sure that's the right way to do it because like 2 cards is still a good solid value, and I'm not sure it's like the biggest difference, if you have something to play those cards with. But anyways, I'm talking too much here. But I'm gonna try and see how that goes this time. But I am gonna get it down to reasonable range. I could play aggressive conditioning to get this down to 5, but then I need to draw something. Ideally, like a Lion of Olympus would help me thwart it for exactly 5 next turn, or combat training, but could be really awkward if I have to spend a whole ready effect just to thwart it, and it's for an extra 1. So I am going to just do the Earth's Mightiest Heroes. So we'll thwart it for 3. Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Thor, ready. Thwart it again from 6 down to 3. And then, just because I've got resources to spend, we'll pay 2 for Sunfire. And I could just have Sunfire attack Cinder. Sure. Let's just have Sunfire attack Cinder for 2. Alright, and then stay in hero form is going to be the decision. Pass it over to Wonder Man. So the tricky thing here was whether I want to clear Evaluate Threat this turn, because Hercules isn't going to be able to make use of it at all. But otherwise, Wonder Man isn't really doing that much because we've got an energy siphon that would go to kind of to waste, and Everywhere All at Once kind of goes to waste because he can't thwart this at all. So I am going to complete Evaluate Threat just by myself, which is a little awkward, but I do think it is the best. So I'm going to pay 1 for Evaluate Threat. Wonder Man thwarts it for 2. Then I pay Jet Belt plus 1 for Everywhere All at Once with X equals 2. Yeah, well, this was my plan. I'm going to stick to it. I could do this for only 1, and leave Wonder Fans in hand. My plan is to get Captain Marvel, who I can then pay for entirely with Energy Siphon. I could get Nick as well, but drawing cards with few cards in hand can always be a little awkward. I'm just gonna get Captain Marvel. So X equals 2 everywhere all at once, 2 threat off of here, 2 threat off the main scheme. So now we will search up Captain Marvel. Am I blind? Oh, I guess I did see her already. Maybe I don't need to cut every shuffle if I just do a more reasonable shuffle each time. And then Hercules. I don't think I'm going to keep in hand whoever I get. I'm just going to like get Spider-Girl, but I think I'm going to discard her end of phase. So in that case, I'm just going to leave her there. So then Evaluate Threat reduces the cost by 2, so I will pay 3 for Captain Marvel, so I've got to take 2 damage to make Energy Siphon make 3 resources. Then when she enters, discard the top 4 cards of the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Insanely bad luck. I discarded a single energy resource in a deck with like 30 of them. But, you know, stunning isn't quite as good to Enchantress. So I will deal 3 damage to... Well, now this is interesting because I was just going to do Enchantress assuming I got the stun. But I could just do this 3 damage to Cinder and then attack and kill him, in which case I kind of wasted Sunfire, but that's okay. Yeah, let's just keep things a little bit cleaned up then. We'll do 3 damage to Cinder, and then Captain Marvel will finish him off. So wasted 2 damage, but what can you do? I'm going to have Wonder Man flip down because no threat on the main scheme. He is a little bit damaged. Keep a charm counter away, so all right, that'll end the turn. All right, maybe I got more Mentos in here than I thought. I mean, I'm bringing in 9 energy events from other aspects. Wonder Man has 8 of his own. A bunch of upgrades and stuff. So start with 2 threat on the main scheme. Enchantress attacks Hercules. I do need to stay a little bit healthy for when we get Defend Humanity, so I think I'll have Thor actually block this one. I didn't draw an Earth's Mightiest Heroes, nor do I probably need it. So Thor blocking, 2 plus a boost of 3, hits the tough. Charm counter. +1 from here, but we blocked it. So now scheming for 2 plus 1 plus 1 is 4. Card to Hercules, card to Wonder Man. Hercules gets Enthralled Lackey. Quick strikes for 1, which no reason to do anything other than take it there. And then after he attacks, we get a charm, another charm counter. So we're up to 4 already over here. And then Simon gets an assault, which surges in alter ego form into Caught Off Guard. Yeah, it's kind of an expensive one to discard, but Jet Belt is the only option. All right, then we flip the first player over to Simon. Okay, pretty easy turn for Simon, so I'm just going to start with that. I might pause again to think about Hercules' turn once I finish the labor. But we're going to start by recovering for 3. Flip. We'll play, pay 2 for Rapid Response for that nice combo with Captain Marvel imminently. Then Everywhere All at Once, not a good thing here. Ionic Blast, nothing really to attack. I mean, Enthralled Lackey is out there, but hopefully Hercules can kill that himself. So we'll just pay 3 for Professor X. We'll confuse Enchantress. So she's steady, so this doesn't do anything yet, but might get a second one on at some point. If not, it's still 3 thwart and a block, so we'll thwart the main scheme for 3, down to 3. Captain Marvel will thwart the main scheme for 2 down to 1. And that'll be it there. And then Hercules, let's just start by clearing our labor and deal with the rest from there. So thwart for 3, brother versus brother. This goes to the discard. Embody Pathos goes to the victory display. We get a gift, and I'm just shuffling a little bit because I accidentally drew a gift the first time I saw these. We get the Sword of Peleus. So that is going to be, check my camera here. Yeah, it's going to be rough on room here. It's another big advantage of the still image format is that I can capture a lot more of my table because of how the iPhone works. So we get 1 hit point. Draw 4 cards. Ready. And I will take the flip to Alter Ego. Let's see our new labor. It is Protect Humanity. So we'll get Cho. And so because it's Protect Humanity, I'm a little more inclined to just recover. I've got a ready to deal with the enthralled lackey. Let's start by drawing, of course. Oh, and there's a toe-to-toe, actually. So I could just toe-to-toe to start that faster. Well, yeah, I'll do that, but I'll recover anyways because I've got some readies in hand. So recover for 4. Flip. Olympus is basically a must play. Don't really need to think about that too hard. We'll spend Olympus to play Limitless Stamina. Now, do I ever play Face the Past here? I think so. It lets me use up Sunfire and a basic activation. So let's do my toe-to-toe now. Spend 1 for toe-to-toe. Ooh, this is also going to flip my Hypnotic Gaze, which is a little bit awkward, but I think I just let it happen. I'm going to defend this attack for 2. Attack comes in for 2, plus a boost of 2. I defend for 2, so I'll take 2. What's the order of operations here? Well, I guess I'll remove 1 there. I don't know, I guess it doesn't matter. So we go up to 5 here. Flip and see what we get. Trance of Sloth. You are stunned. That is probably the worst one. But if I have to get attacked again by this, it's not the end of the world. Forced action is to exhaust, to heal 1 from Enchantress, draw 1, and discard 1. Okay, toe-to-toe can finish, and we do the 5 damage to Enchantress. Okay, so does stunned stop me then from defeating Ares? Well, I'm going to draw some more cards. I've still got 2 Limitless Staminas left. So let's just face the past. Go get Ares, ready, and draw 3. Oh, so we do 2 extra readies, which is nice. And Sword of Peleus, this is the one where we get piercing, not steady. So we're going to, let's just do this right now, do our forced action here. Exhaust to heal Enchantress for 1, draw a card, and discard a card. I'm definitely not Savage striking anyone right now. Okay, exhaust to remove my stun. Also got Gift of Battle now costing 2, so I could just Gift of Battle Ares as a pretty efficient way to do that. And I've got a double resource, so I think let's just do that. Okay, pay 2 to Gift of Battle Ares. Then let's just get out, I'll do combat training for sure. This will help us clear the Hydra a bit faster when that comes out. And then, yeah, I mean, the gauntlets just aren't as impactful, so we will pay 1 for limitless stamina to ready, attack, and kill the enthralled lackey. Okay, that'll end the turn. Okay, board space definitely tight, but what can you do? I mean, good case there of how good it was that we started that turn in hero form, so that I could flip back to hero form to continue doing things. 2 threat on the main scheme up to 3. Enchantress attacks Wonder Man, and we've got Professor X with the use it or lose it block, so 2 plus a boost of reveal this card. Professor X takes 2, and we'll get a charm counter. Nothing happens right away, but now we have a forced action of putting a charm counter on, playing a card with a reduction of 1. Could give a small consideration to rapid responsing Professor X here, but I think Captain Marvel will do that a lot better. All right, attacking Hercules, we will of course just defend for himself. So technically attacking, I'll just say Sunfire, but then Hercules is going to defend it. So coming in for 2 plus a boost of 0, Hercules defends for 2 and takes 0, removing 1 more counter from here. And counter card to Wonder Man is Hecate, our first all versus all. Whoops, I think I said all versus 1 in the intro. When revealed or when defeated, find all versus all side scheme and reveal it. So let's go find that. So then after it activates, place 2 threat on the all versus all side scheme. So hopefully that never has to happen. All versus all is going to enter with 6 threat because it's got hinder 2 per player. After a character is defeated, it gets an additional 2 threat. When defeated, set it aside, and it's got a hazard. Then we get roving mobs, the other all versus all side scheme. So I wish I had those everywhere all at once is now. Which I did, I'm noticing I forgot to tuck, which is okay. I'm just going to say it's too late. Nope, sorry. This is just straight up 3, not 3 per player. Okay, so this is actually just a really lucky ordering then because... Oh no, sorry. When defeated, reveal all versus all again. Well, that's still pretty lucky because it's already in play. So, yep, kind of lucky there. Let's flip the first player back over to Hercules. Okay, so this is actually kind of brutal. I don't have that much thwarting to deal with this, but before we get too far, let's draw some cards with Hercules. So Cho to draw. Ooh, that is sweet. Okay, and then we'll do Trance of Sloth. So heal 1 from Enchantress. Draw 1, discard 1. Son of Zeus just doesn't... Well, I don't think I'm playing Savage Strike either. Let's discard Savage Strike. So I've got a double for Son of Zeus. Might as well play Herc's Helm, and then I can Ancient Rivalry. So this gives me a really meager amount of thwarting, but I still think that's what I'm supposed to do here. Wonder Man's got a ton of damage, so I'm going to leave Hecate to Wonder Man. And yeah, it won't be the most productive turn of all time. But we'll pay 2 for Son of Zeus. Maybe I should just be playing 3 toe-to-toe in this deck. So we'll ready. We get to ready identity-specific upgrade, but Golden Mace isn't relevant here. We'll thwart. Thwart roving mobs for 1. Thor will thwart roving mobs for 1. Pay 1 for Ancient Rivalry. So search up our discard pile for an identity-specific upgrade, and then ready Hercules and Thor. So I'm thinking we get the gauntlets. I think that's my only option because I haven't seen a lion yet. Could get Prince of Power, I guess, but this lets me play the helm. Oh, I guess I do have my Olympus. I didn't spend my Olympus resource at all. I don't think that changes anything. I guess, well, yeah, I could get and pay for the Prince of Power then. Yeah, actually, I think I like that a little better then. We'll get the Prince of Power instead of the gauntlets. Olympus for Prince of Power. Play Herc's Helm. Hercules and Thor will each thwart for 1 again. Oops, what did I mess up? This was started at 3. Thor thwarted it for 1. Oh, I raided with Son of Zeus. Okay, so then in that case, I'll have Thor thwart it for the last one. Hercules doesn't need to thwart it. When defeated, find all versus all and reveal it. So there it is. So sorry about the kind of luckiness there. But... And then got 4 attack here, so I can just attack Hecate myself. Don't really see why not. Wonder Man's got a little bit of damage to push, but that can just be on Enchantress. Can Wonder Man do some attacking right now so that I can heal a little bit off of Prince of Power? I don't hate that. I've got Starstruck. But I want to play Mr. Hollywood before I play, Ionic Blast. I'll just have Hercules take out Hecate. So when defeated, again, we reveal that. And then response, after a character is defeated, place 2 threat on this scheme. And then we'll pass it on over to Wonder Man. So we will... Do I want to put Clarity of Purpose on Hercules or myself? I think just myself still. So let's pay 1 for Mr. Hollywood. No, pay first 1 for Clarity of Purpose. Oh, I'm not really even clearing that, am I? Pay Turn the Tide for Mr. Hollywood. Do I want to do this? I can also... I think I'm going to alter ego form no matter what. I think I'll use that. But I'll start thwart for 2, all versus all. I'll do this, get a charm counter, play Starstruck, discounted for 1, overpay with Mr. Hollywood. So we'll deal 3 damage to Enchantress. We'll tuck it. We overpaid, so I get a stun, and then I heal 1 for tucking. Oh shoot, I messed. Okay, I forgot I have to exhaust this to discard it. I can do that. I can do that start of next turn. We're fine. Then I'm basically choosing there between a charm counter or another damage. No, that's dumb. I'd rather have another damage. So let me not put a charm counter there. Take a damage, just pay that Starstruck. Flip down, discard this. End the turn. All right, so we'll get to finish Protect Humanity here, so this should be a nice turn to reset things. And all set. Okay. 2 on the main scheme up to 5. Enchantress attacks Hercules. We defend. And we use Herc's Helm to reduce the amount this deals by 1. So in a sense, defending for 3. Attack comes in for 2, plus a boost of 2. Defend for 3. Take 1. Technically, that attack was against a minion. Clear, Protect Humanity. So put this in the victory display. Let's get a gift. We got Nemean Lion Skin. Plus 2 hit points and steady. Draw 4 cards. 2 runs me through the deck. Okay, I'm starting to realize I don't think cutting all my shuffling is the answer. I just need to not shuffle like 25 times when I shuffle, which is what I tend to do. Oh, and even, so really lucky there to draw the Wisdom of Athena in case I need to help with the thwarting a little bit. Ready, and then I'll take the flip down so that I can get that Hydra. And I even drew a Savage Strike, so we should be able to one-shot this. Scheming on Wonder Man for 2 plus a boost of 2 is 4. Brings the main scheme up to 9. Oh, and after attacking me, would have tried to put a charm counter here, but can't, so puts a threat on the main scheme up to 10. So it should be at 10 now. Now we've got the hazard in play, so 1 to both, but then an extra 1 to Hercules. So we've got Kiss of Temptation, one of the forced things. Advance is going to pop the main scheme. So Enchantress, nope, sorry, what am I doing? Where did, I can't see where I just put Enchantress stage 2. Here we go. Main scheme, not villain stage. So we're going to get the crown. So unfortunately, I didn't double stun or double confuse her in time for those to go to use. So we remove the stun and confuse. And then Sovereign Sorceress comes in with 4 threat. Threshold of 18. Okay, that was an advance revealed by Hercules, so we keep going. Enthralled Lackey has Quick Strike, but now we're in Alter Ego form, so that's not going to attack. Wonder Man gets Love Concoction, another one of the forced actions. First player goes to Wonder Man, and now this should be a very exciting turn here. All right, one thing I think I missed is when the main scheme advanced, we revealed this, and I think then this forced response does come into play where after Enchantress schemes, we place a charm counter, so I think this should actually go up to 5 threat retroactively there. That die has an extra notch that makes it look like a pip, so okay, we'll switch dice there. So we get up to 5. And thinking about our activations here, so one thing I didn't really consider Not sure I would have changed it if I had thought of it, but so Sunfire didn't get in this deck pass, so I don't have Sunfire to discard the crown. So I think I actually would like to just discard the crown here by exhausting the identities, so I'm not going to recover. I am going to keep my forced action card here, so it's a charm counter in exchange for readying your identity. So that's just straight up 1 threat added for 2 threat removed, so might as well keep that one around. And let's get going here. So yeah, so not going to recover. I am going to play these sunglasses, I think. And I think I'm going to play White Tiger at some point to draw as well. I'll spend Beast for White Tiger. I've got, sorry, Beast plus a double for White Tiger. So draw the final 2 cards of the deck here, getting an encounter card. Then flip to here. No, sorry. Got to think if I'm going to play these sunglasses. Kind of an awkward energy siphon. I could play What Are You, which would make use of the double resources. I guess I'll do that. Let's... I guess, yeah, there's a couple little awkward things going on here. Okay, maybe I don't like What Are You. I think I'd rather keep these things in hand. Okay, pay 1 for, maybe I don't even care about the sunglasses then. How many more turns am I gonna even have of flipping? All right, I'm not even gonna play the sunglasses. Flip to hero form. We are going to thwart all versus all for 2. I'm going to use Love Concoction to ready and get a charm counter. I am going to, I guess, you know what, sorry. I am not going to thwart this, sorry. Should we rewind a little bit? Because I want to attack so that I can get rid of these things. So I want White Tiger to thwart for 2 on all versus all. Wonder Man is just going to attack Enchantress. We'll charge it by 3, or I guess he's attacking for 4. It's not charging it necessarily. Attacking Enchantress for 4. Down to 17. Now already, with the Love Concoction, getting up to a 3rd charm counter. Play Active Altruism, overpaying with Mr. Hollywood, and with Clarity of Purpose. The heal 1 is going to offset the 1 from Clarity of Purpose, but this is a thwart for 5 on all versus all. When defeated, we set it aside. Then I'm going to stay ready for discarding this in a second. But for now, we'll spend the sunglasses for Stinger. I guess I could have done my 1 thwart that way as well. One of those many ways to win at this point situations. Then we'll pay Energy Siphon, taking a damage for a 2nd resource to play What Are You, just in case. And then is Stinger going to activate? Let's do something. Let's thwart for 1. Moving over to Hercules, so we'll do our action to get our final labor into play, which we know is defeat the Hydra. Now, all versus all does have an eligible minion to get with this. Kikanos, I forget exactly how it's spelled. But since I'm one-shotting the Hydra here anyways, not really a downside to getting the Hydra. Let's draw with Cho. Let's do our forced action. Okay, I am going to discard Kiss of Temptation in Alter Ego form. It places a charm counter in order to draw, then discard. I don't think that's quite worth it, so I'm just going to exhaust this to discard it. We will do Trance of Sloth, heal Enchantress up to 18, draw a card. Ooh, Ancient Rivalry could be interesting. And let's just discard a toe-to-toe. And I don't think I need to recover, really. I've got tons of health. So we'll flip. And I want to keep Wisdom of Athena. Okay, so yep, I play Lion, Lion. So now I'm at 6. So we attack the Hydra. Oh shoot, I forgot about the mace here. I actually think I don't play these. Yeah, I think I don't. I probably still do. I'm more worried about... Okay, yeah, I think I still play them, because I'm going to activate some additional times here. I'll still play them. Attack the Hydra for 6. Mace makes it 8. Do I need to spend Olympus yet? Because I'll get an extra resource if I can wait a second. But I need to pay 3 for Savage Strike. Problem is I like all of these cards. I'm just going to pay for Olympus with 2. So Olympus makes 2 resources, toe-to-toe for a 3rd resource, to add Savage Strike to this attack, which is now an attack for 14. It does have overkill because of the mace. So we'll defeat the Hydra. This goes to the victory display. Prince of Power. Actually, I might heal for even more if I wait. But I'm also only 2 off from... Whatever, I'll just do it now. Heal for 2 with the Prince of Power. So we get our final gift. The Shield of Perseus, plus 1 hit point, retaliate 1. Up to 16. Draw 4 cards. Ready. Definitely don't want to flip down because I already did my flip for turn. And let's see what we can do now. Okay, I did want to discard this. Let's do that before I forget. I'll exhaust. Each player exhausts their identity and takes 1 damage to discard the crown. Okay, Embarrassment of Riches. I feel like I should be playing my free stuff no matter what, because it's free. It's Earth's Mightiest Heroes to ready Exhausting Thor. I've got attack for 6. Gonna attack for 6 Enchantress. Yeah, I like this, okay. Double Gift of Battle Enchantress for 10, down to 2. Wisdom of Athena, main scheme, down to 0. Sunfire attacks Enthralled Lackey for 2. Pay 4, including a physical for Jane Foster Thor. So we deal 2 to Enchantress, advancing the stage. So it comes in tough again. We put Future of Despair into play with an additional 8 threat. So it's going to have 12 total threat. When revealed, place 1 charm counter on each enchantment card in play. So 1 more on Hypnotic Gaze, 1 threat on the main scheme. Enchantress gains Stalwart and cannot take damage. So Sunfire had already attacked the Lackey for 2. I didn't mark it because now Jane will attack for 2 to take it out. And that was a pretty productive turn, I would say. And that's going to be it for everybody. So hopefully Wonder Man draws a Port Heavy hand for Future of Despair. Future of Despair can really slow us down, unfortunately, but that's part of why I enjoy Enchantress. Okay, and Enchantress comes in with 36. So start with 2 threat on the main scheme. Enchantress attacking Wonder Man. Got blockers. Yeah, let's block with White Tiger. Comes in for 2 plus 2. And that is going to flip. Add a 5th charm counter to Hypnotic Gaze, which then flips. When revealed, discard a card you control. I think I just discard What Are You, to be honest, because I don't think it would be relevant at all. And then exhaust to give Enchantress a boost and ready. And then attacking Hercules. So I've got the helm if I want. Also just take it because, yeah. So I just take it with the helm. Attack comes in for 2 plus a boost of 2. So 4, helm reduces it by 1. Take 3. Got retaliate 1 from the shield, but she can't take damage. Okay, encounter card, encounter card. Exhaustion. Surges into Enthralled Brute. So we'll have plus 3 hit points since we are enthralled now. There's a Kyknos. 7 threat. Tough, retaliate 1. Hercules gets Spell Shards. Take 3 indirect damage. If any goes on our identity, we place 1 charm counter. Yeah, I'm totally fine taking the full 3. And since our identity took some, we put a threat on the main scheme. And then first turn passes over to Hercules. So this is probably going to be an awkward turn because Hercules alone is not going to be able to do much thwarting on Future of Despair. But let's see what Cho draws us. We'll do our forced action. Yep, healing is an effect, not a cost, so we can still do that. Draw 1 card and discard a card. Discard 2-gun kid, I guess. Oh, I guess that's actually a playable card. Discard. Abundance of resources. I'll discard the gauntlets. Damage is not what I'm lacking. Okay, and I think, yeah, I think I just literally do, my turn's actually fairly easy. So I discard my Lions of Olympus now, which would have been really nice this turn actually. I guess I could do the minion management. Didn't really think about. My basic attacks have piercing because of the sword. So that's quite good against Kyknos. So I will attack Kyknos for 4. Mace makes it 7. With piercing, so it's dead. Pay 2 for Son of Zeus. To ready an identity specific upgrade and draw a card. Yeah, this is where we really start to pop off here. So then we'll do the exact same thing on the Brute, taking it out. Ready with Son of Zeus. Oh, I get a tough status as well. And draw a card. And then here's the awkwardness, but so we'll thwart for 1 with Thor. Thwart for 1 with Hercules. Might have been too good, but I wish he got an upgrade that contributed some thwarting. Jane thwarts for 1. Pay 3 for Two Gun Kid, who thwarts for 1. Okay, passing it over to Wonder Man. So we'll ready our identity with Trance of Envy and give Enchantress a face-down boost card. And I've got the yaw and roll here, so let's thwart for 2. Future of Despair. Let's spend Clarity of Purpose, taking 1 and healing 1, to yaw and roll Future of Despair down to 3. We'll do Love Concoction, Threat on the main scheme, to ready. Then 3 for Professor X. Doesn't do a ton, but I don't know. Gives me some thwarting. Can't confuse Enchantress, can't stun a minion, can't ready an X-Men, so. But he is going to thwart for 3, which I'm happy with. So that'll clear Future of Despair. And now we can start doing stuff for real again. I think I'll just thwart the main scheme for 2 for now. And yeah, let's have, okay, I'm just gonna have Stinger attack the Tough off actually. Stinger attack the Tough off. And then, sure, let's just do this now. We'll have Captain Marvel attack for 3. Rapid response her back into play. Do her response. All right, this time we get 3 energies, so we'll deal 3 additional damage. And stun. And then attack again for 3. So almost no way we don't get the win next turn. So see if I can go quickly here. Oh, did I attack? No, well, I thwarted. I still should have these cards under Wonder Man. Okay, bunch of damage. Good to see for Hercules. So 2 threat on the main scheme up to 4. Attacking Hercules, we got the tough. Let's just take it for 2 + 2 + 2. After attacking 1 threat on the main scheme. Attacking Wonder Man, block with Professor X. 2 + 1 is 3. Professor X is gone. 1 card to Hercules is Do My Bidding. So since we're enthralled, we have to get a minion and a side scheme. Well, since I got it the first time, let's get brother versus brother again. And then for a minion, oh, maybe Cinder, actually. I don't know. There's no way I don't have the lethals. I guess Lernian Hydra is hits for weaker, so I'm not going to spend any resources on them. But let's just get the Lernian Hydra. And then Wonder Man, Law of Attraction. When revealed, discard until we get an enthralled minion. And reveal it. Okay, we are out. And we'll give it 2 riffles, because I don't think we'll be needing that anymore. Make sure I haven't run out of storage space yet. Flip the turn over to Wonder Man. And I think we should pretty trivially have it. So let's Clarity of Purpose for Starstruck, Tuck, Overpay with Mr. Hollywood. So this is going to be 3 damage plus a stun plus a heal. Attack for 4. Attack for 3 with Captain Marvel. And then I'm actually just going to peek over at Hercules, because I think we've got it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Olympus pays for Savage Strike plus 6 up to 13. Allies attack for 4 more up to 17. All right, a nice match there. Not really difficult enough to make any good conclusions about the strength of either hero or about this team. You know, Expert is just not going to stress us too much, and these decks aren't too gimmicky to where they can struggle against a scenario of this difficulty. But I still love Enchantress. Just lots of little, lots of additional actions that are added to the game. I like the speed bump with the Future of Despair. So some really just fun, interesting designs, and I like how the difficulty generally maintains throughout the game because of that level up once we hit the 5 charm counters on either player. Hercules, it was really fun there at the end, a couple of 7 damage attacks to take out those big minions, contributing a bunch of damage at the end. Classic Hercules story there of just not doing too much at the start, but thankfully this game, like Enchantress, doesn't really have any setups pressure to speak of, so can definitely get away with that this game. And then Wonder Man was fine, kind of drew the thwarting cards early, which was awkward, and then didn't have the thwarting cards a bit later, which was awkward. So didn't pop off that much, but did good enough to win, obviously. So anyways, hope you liked watching that game. Hope it was reasonably quick, and let me know if you have any thoughts on how I've put this together as I continue trying to find what works best for my gameplay videos moving forward. Thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.